Yashoda Damodar ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari. So we just ask everyone to sit down for the Damodar Ashtakam prayer. Now and then everyone can come one by one and offer a candle.
Namamishwaram Sachidananda Rupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam Yashoda Biolu Kaladavamana Paramishtamatianta Todritya Gopya Rudanta Muhurnetra Yugma Mirjantam Karambojayukmena Satankanetram Idik Dikshalila Bir Ananda Kunde Sagoshamni Marjantam Akyapayantam Shitagneshu Bhakta Jitatvam Puna Prematastam Sata Vritti Vande Vadam Deva Moksham Va Mokshavadim Va Nachanyam Varneham Vareshadapiha Idam Teva Purnata Gopala Balam Sadam Ne Manasya Vira Sankimanye Idam te mukambojam atyantanile Fritam kuntale stigdarak tasya gopya Muhaschumbitam bimbarak tadarame Manasya virashtam alam lakshalabe Namo Deva Damodar Ananta Vishnu Prasiddha Prabhuduka Jalabdi Magnam Kripa Drishti Vishnati Dinam Bhatanu Kripa Shamam Yacham Me Dakshi Drishya Kripa Drishti Vishnati Dinam Bhatanu Kripa Shamam Yacham Me Dakshi Drishya Kuveratmajo Bada Murte Vayatvat Vayamochito Bhakti Bhajo Krito Cha Tata Prema Bhaktim Sakame Prayacha Namo Shigraho Me Sida Modareha Namaste Sudamne Sudadipti Damne Tvadiyodarayata Vishwashadamne Namo Radhikaye Tvadiya Priyaye Namo Nantalilaya Te Vayatubhyam Namo Radhikaye Tvadiya Priyaye Namo Nantalilaya Te Vayatubhyam Namo Radhikaye Tvadiya Priyaye Namo Nantalilaya Te Vayatubhyam Namami Sharam Sachidananda Rupam Dasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam Yashoda Biolo Kaladavamanam Padamishamatyanta Todutya Gopya Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Jai Radha Damodara Radha Damodara Radha Damodara Shri Radha Jaya Radha Gokulananda Radha Gokulananda Radha Gokulananda Shri Radha Jaya Sita Ram Lakshan Hanuman Jaya Sita Ram Lakshan Hanuman Jaya Gauranitai 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 Shiva Gauranitai Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Shri Shri Radha Damodar ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.
Thank you. To the Supreme Lord, whose form is the embodiment of eternal existence, knowledge and bliss, whose shark-shaped earrings are swinging to and fro, who is beautifully shining in the divine realm of Gokula, and who, due to the offense of breaking the pot of yogurt that his mother was churning into butter, and then stealing the butter that was kept hanging from a swing, is quickly running from the wooden grinding mortar in fear of Mother Yashoda, but who has been caught from behind by her, who ran after him with greater speed. To that Supreme Lord, Sri Damodar, I offer my humble obeisances. Seeing the whipping stick in his mother's hand, he is crying and rubbing his hands again and again with his two lotus hands. His eyes are filled with fear, and the necklace of pearls around his neck, which is marked with 3 lines like a conch shell, is shaking because of his quick breathing due to crying. To this Supreme Lord, Sri Damodar, whose belly is bound, not with ropes, but with his mother's pure love, I offer my humble obeisances. Shri Shri Radha Damodar, Shri Shri Radha Gokulananda, Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki, Gauranitai Bhagwan ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki. By such childhood pastimes as this, he is drowning the inhabitants of Gokula in pools of ecstasy, and is revealing to those devotees who are absorbed in knowledge of his supreme majesty and opulence that he is only conquered by devotees whose pure love is imbued with intimacy and is free from all conceptions of awe and reverence. With great love, I again offer my obeisances to Lord Damodar hundreds and hundreds of times. O Lord, although you are able to give all kinds of benedictions, I do not pray to you for the boon of impersonal liberation, nor the highest liberation of eternal life in Vaikuntha, nor any other boon which may be obtained by executing the 9 processes of bhakti. O Lord, I simply wish that this form of yours, as Bala Gopala in Vrindavan, may ever be manifest in my heart. For what is the use to me of any other boon besides this? O Lord, your lotus face, which is encircled by locks of soft black hair tinged with red, is kissed again and again by Mother Yashoda, and your lips are reddish like the bimba fruit. May this beautiful vision of your lotus face be ever manifest in my heart. Thousands and thousands of other benedictions are of no use to me. O Supreme Godhead, I offer my obeisances unto you. O Damodar, O Ananta, O Vishnu, O Master, O my Lord, be pleased upon me. By showering your glance of mercy upon me, deliver this poor ignorant fool who is immersed in an ocean of worldly sorrows, and become visible to my eyes. O Lord Damodar, just as the 2 sons of Kuvera, Manigriva and Nalakuvera, were delivered from the curse of Narada and made into great devotees by you in your form as a baby tied with a rope to a wooden grinding mortar, in the same way, please give me your own prema bhakti. I only long for this and have no desire for any kind of liberation. Please repeat after me. O Lord Damodar, I first of all offer my obeisances unto the brilliantly effulgent rope which binds your belly. I then offer my obeisances to your belly, which is the abode of the entire universe. I humbly bow down to your most beloved Srimati Radharani, and I offer all obeisances unto you, the Supreme Lord, who displays unlimited pastimes. Shri Shri Radha Damodar Bhagwan ki, Yashoda Damodar Bhagwan ki, Shila Prabhupada ki. You sure? Yeah. Okay. Narsinghadev Bhagwan ki, Bhakta Prahlad Maharaj ki, Shila Prabhupada ki. Thank you. Namaste Narasingaya. Namaste Narasingaya. Prahlad Lad Dayine. Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha. Srinathangana Kalaye. Ito Nitshingo Parato Nitshingo. Yato Yato Yami Tato Nirshingo. Bahi Nitshingo Hridaye Nitshingo. Nirshingamadim Sharanam Prapadye. Nirshingamadim Sharanam Prapadye. Nirshingamadim Sharanam Prapadye. Tava Kara Kamalam Varenakam Adbhuta Shringam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringam Keshavadhirita Narahari Rupa. Jai Jagadisha Hare, Jai Jagadisha Hare, Jai Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Nirshingadev, Jaya Nirshingadev, Nirshingadev, Jaya Nirshingadev. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Prabhupada. Nittai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nittai Gora Hari Bol. Narsinghadev Bhagwan ki, Bhakta Prahlad Maharaj ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.
Hare Krishna. So, thank you everyone for coming this evening, Damodar Kirtan. So, the Damodar Arctic Damodar month will carry on till the 19th of November. So, if any of you haven't been into, not this reception, but the next room along the corridor, the old Prasadam room, if any of you haven't been, please go and see. There we have got an amazing Vrindavan experience in there. So, and now they're serving some prasad there. So, thank you very much. Shri Radha Gokulananda Ji ke, Shri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ke, Shri Go Nitai ke, Shri Yashoda Damodar ke, Srila Prabhupada ke, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ke, Nitai, Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bo, Hare Krishna. Well done. Nice to see you. Long time. So, how's life? Happy Kartik, yeah. Yeah, well, we want to hear more of it.
The intention is there, but I end up watching every day online. But today is my first candle offering. I've got you. Yeah. Thank you. I think I've got my name down for next Wednesday. I think so. Yeah. Thank you, Godru.
Every day they ask you
I know there's a lot of senior devotees who like to sing, so I don't want to step on anyone's toes. Is there? Okay. Yeah, thank you. It was so lovely to be here today, though. I didn't get to open a candle though. Maybe there's one. Just without the lamp.
Yasoda Deolu Kala Davamanam I only sit on this because I think it's higher those chairs, for me to. I only sit on this because I find those chairs very high. This is the thing, isn't it? Are you going to stay? Yeah. Hare Krishna? Okay. Are you going to stay?
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Take this one. Thank you. Thank you. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjo Bihari Jaya Radha Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjo Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jashodanandana Bhajo Jano Ranjana Jashodanandana Bhajo Jano Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Krishna Bihari Jashodanandana Bhajo Jano Ranjana Jashodanandana Bhajo Jano Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Gokulananda Sri Radhe Jayo Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman Jayo Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Thank you. That was really lovely. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Thank you for coming, and those who are on the line, online. I just want everybody's blessings. I'm doing this for my purification. Thank you for coming. It's nice to see you. Okay, so today's verse. Before I do that, I'd like to do the Mangalacharan, if that's okay. Can I do that first? I prefer that, actually. Okay, so we'll do the Mangalacharan first. Does everybody know where Mangalacharan is? It's in the introduction. Yeah? Okay. Om Yagyana Trimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakjaya Chakshunam Limitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manovishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamayam Dadati Sappadam Tikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuto Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupa Shagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Tasavitam Sri Sadvaitam Sadhudutam Parejana Sahitam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamscha हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनो बंधु जगतपते गोपिशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरंगे राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विशोभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधु वैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासति गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपदाय भूतले श्रीमती भक्ति चारु स्वामी इति नामिने। नमो ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपदाय भूतले श्रीमती भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी विचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पस्तासदास्तानिनी। नमो थैंक यू। That's fine. Okay, Hare Krishna. Okay, we are reading from Bhagavad Gita today, chapter 7, verse 24. Okay, I'm going to read the verse. Can you please repeat after me? Avyamtam bhakti ma panam avyaktam bhakti ma panam avyaktam bhakti mapanam maniyante mam abuddhaya maniyante mam abuddhaya maniyante mam abuddhaya param bhavam ajayanto param bhavam ajayanto param bhavam ajayanto mama vayatam yam mame vayam anuttamam mama vayam anuttamam mama vayam anuttamam avyaktam. Can you repeat after me? Yeah. Non-manifested. Victim. Personality. Apyanam. Achieved. Manyate. Think. Mam. Me. Abuddhya. Less intelligent person. Persons. Param. Supreme. Bhavam, existence. Ajanante, without knowledge. Without knowing. Mame, my. Avyam, impersonal, insurable. Anantamam, finish. Finest. Unintelligent men who do not know me perfectly think that I, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, was impersonal before and have now assumed this personality due to their small knowledge. They do not know me, my high nature, which is imperishable and supreme. Purport. I'll read the first section. Oh, do you want to repeat? Do you want me to repeat?
You go bit by bit.
Okay then, okay. Unintelligent men who do not know me perfectly, think that I, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, was impersonal before and have now assumed this personally. Due to their small knowledge, they do not know my higher nature, which is imperishable and supreme. Okay. Shall I read the first bit and then you read the next? Is that okay? Okay. Purport. Those who are worshipping the demigod have been described as less intelligent persons, and here the impersonalists are similarly described. Lord Krishna is his personal form is here speaking before Arjuna, and still due to ignorance, impersonalists argue that the Supreme Lord ultimately has no form. Amanacharya, a great devotee of the Lord in the disciplic succession of Ramanujacharya, has written a very appropriate verse in this connection. He says, "My dear Lord, devotees like Vasudeva and Narada know you to be the personality of Godhead. By understanding different Vedic literatures, one can come to know your characteristic, you from and your activities, your form and your activities. And one can thus understand that you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but those who are in the mode of passion and ignorance, the demons, the non-devotees, cannot understand you. They are unable to understand you. However, expert such non-devotees may be in discussing Vedanta and Upanishad and other Vedic literature. It is not possible for them to understand the personality of Godhead." Would you like to read the next?
In the Brahma Samhita, it is stated that the personality of Godhead cannot be understood simply by...
Where's your mic? Where is your mic? They can't hear you online. Can you get it, please? Sorry.
It's not on.
It's not on.
Do you know how to turn that on? The mic.
Okay, I'll read on, shall I? And then what about the mic then?
Huh?
What about the mic? It's there?
It's there, but it's not on.
Oh, the Prabhu was doing that. Okay, in the Brahma Samhita, it is stated that the personality of Godhead cannot be understood simply by study of the Vedanta literature. Only by the mercy of the Supreme Lord can the personality of the Supreme be known. Therefore, in this verse, it is clearly stated that not only are the worshippers of the demigods less intelligent, but those non-devotees who are engaged in Vedanta and speculation of Vedic literature without any tinge of true Krishna consciousness are also less intelligent, and for them it is not possible to understand God's personal nature. Persons who are under the impression that the absolute truth is impersonal and described as abudhya, which means those who do not know the ultimate features of the absolute truth, in the Srimad Bhagavatam is stated that supreme realize begins from a impersonal Brahman and then rises to the localized supersoul. But the ultimate word in the absolute truth is personality of Godhead. Modern impersonalists are still less intelligent, for they do not even follow their great predecessors, Sankaracharya, who has specifically stated that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. Impersonalists, therefore, not knowing the supreme truth, think Krishna is to be only the son of Devaki and Vasudeva, or a prince, or a powerful living entity. This is also condemned in the Bhagavad Gita. Me as ordinary person. Did you find the mic?
Yes.
Okay, do you want to read the rest?
You have only the fools regard me as an ordinary person, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
No, where did you, sorry.
The last sentence you missed.
Ordinary person.
Only the fools.
Only the fools, only the fools regard me as a ordinary person.
The fact is that no one can understand Krishna without rendering devotional service and without developing Krishna consciousness. The Bhagavatam confirms this. Atapi te deva padam pujat vaya prasada leshanukritita evahi jnanati tattvam Bhagavam mahimno nachanya ekopi chiram vichinvam van. My Lord, if one is favored by even a slight trace of the mercy of your lotus feet, he can understand the greatness of your personality. But those who speculate to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead are unable to know you, even though they continue to study the Vedas for many years. One cannot understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna or his form, quality, or name simply by mental speculation or by discussing Vedic literature. One must understand him by devotional service. When one is fully engaged in Krishna consciousness, beginning by chanting the Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, then only can one understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Non-devotee impersonalists think that Krishna has a body made of this material nature and that all his activities, his form, and everything are Maya. These impersonalists are known as Mayavadis. They do not know the ultimate truth. You want to read? No. Start at the 20th verse. Oh my God. Shall I continue?
Yes, if you want.
The 28th verse clearly states, Kamesh te hirta jnana prapadyantin ya devata. Those who are blinded by lusty desires surrender unto the different demigods. It is accepted that besides the Supreme Personality of Godhead, there are demigods who have their different planets, and the Lord also has a planet. As stated in the 23rd verse, Devan Deva Yagyo Yanti Mad Bhakta Yanti Mamapi. The worshippers of the demigods go to the different planets of the demigods, and those who are devotees of Lord Krishna go to the Krishna Loka planet. Although this is clearly stated, the foolish impersonalists still maintain that the Lord is formless and that these forms are impositions. From the study of Gita, does it appear that the demigods and their abodes are impersonal? Or is asking, from the study of the Gita, does it appear that the demigods and their abodes are impersonal? Clearly, neither the demigods nor Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, are impersonal. They are all persons. Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he has his own planet, and the demigods have theirs. You finished the last one. Therefore, the monistic contention that ultimate truth is formless and that form is imposed does not hold true. It is clearly stated here that it is not imposed. From the Bhagavad Gita, we can clearly understand that the forms of the demigods and the forms of the Supreme Lord are simultaneously existing, and that Lord Krishna is Satchit Ananda, eternal blissful knowledge. The Vedas also confirm that the Supreme Absolute Truth is Anandamayo, Vyasat, or by nature full of blissful pleasure, and that he is the reservoir of unlimited auspicious qualities. And in the Gita, the Lord says that although he is Aja, unborn, he still appears. These are the facts that we should understand from the Bhagavad Gita. We cannot understand how the Supreme Personality of Godhead can be impersonal. The imposition theory of the impersonalist monist is false as far as the statements of the Gita are concerned. It is clear herein that the Supreme Absolute Truth, Lord Krishna, has both form and personality.
Thank you. Such a long verse. I'm just going to recap on yesterday's. Srinivas Prabhu actually read yesterday, and he was saying that we should be concerned with the super soul and the nature. And I'm just going to read the verse, that yesterday's verse. Man of small intelligence worship the demigods, and their fruit are limited and temporary. Those who worship the demigods go to the planets of the demigods, but my devotees ultimately reaches the supreme planet. So people, who worship the demigods, they go to the demigod planet, and people that worship Supreme Personality Godhead, they go to Supreme Abode, on his abode. So that is quite actually understandable, because if we like study something, that's what we learn. That if we become we study teaching, then we learn to be a teacher. So, and if we want to be a doctor, then we study to be a doctor, and then we become a doctor. So this is that verse was good, and today's verse actually what it's saying, I've written something down here, is the whole chapter is about knowing Krishna, about knowledge, and that he is the absolute truth. And Krishna is saying in this verse that Krishna is not impersonal, he is person, he is a person. So if we look at it, we can see that he said he's a person. And also, Srila Prabhupada is helping us to understand about Krishna in this Bhagavad Gita through scriptures, acharyas, and himself as a sadhu. And it's like Guru, Shastra, and Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra to follow. And it can be, if somebody doesn't have a guru, they have to kind of go through the senior devotees, someone who can actually help them in spiritual life to begin with. So, when I came first, I didn't have a guru, so I went through the Shiksha gurus. Many Shiksha gurus I had. And my first Shiksha guru was my father, and he took me to Barry Place and took us to the temple every Sunday, actually. So he's my actually first Shiksha guru. And after that, I had Palika Mataji. So she was my Shiksha guru. Then after that, Krishna Punda. Then I had many, many others. So you can have many, many Shiksha guru if you want. But you have only one Diksha guru, which I had, Bhakticharu Maharaj. He was my guru, and he still is. And then it talks about the less intelligent do not understand Krishna, God. And why they are called Mayavadis. Why they're calling, why they're saying that they don't understand God and they are the Mayavadis. Why they called Mayavadis? Mayavadi actually means material. They think that Krishna has taken material form, human body form. But Krishna is all spiritual. He is not material, actually. He possesses everything and everyone, and the whole universe, the whole cosmic manifestation. He's everyone. He is in everyone's heart, in Paratma. I wanted to read the, Bhagavatam sloka here from 1 to 17, Srimad Bhagavatam. Srivatam Sata Katha Krishna Punyam Shravanam Kirtanam Hidayante Sto Hi Abhadrani Vidyunoti Suti Satam. Here Krishna is saying, Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is the Paratatma, super soul, in everyone's heart, and the benedictor of the truthful devotees, cleanses desire for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotees who has developed the urge to hear his messages, which are in themselves virtues when properly heard and chanted. So that means that, who are really, they're wanting to hear about Krishna and wanting to know Krishna, they can know him by, devoting themselves. And the material enjoyment from their heart, they will actually go away slowly. Because if we learn to hear his messages, because first we hear Shravanam and Kirtanam. Shravanam is hearing, and Kirtanam is singing. And so that's what he's saying. And the next one I wanted to just speak about as well. Nashta prayashu bhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavata uttama sloke bhakti bhagavati nekshitike. Is actually saying to render attendance in classes and by rendering of service to the pure devotees, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service to the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental song, established in an irrevocable fact. So once we attend the class in Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita, rendering service to Krishna, and service to the pure devotees like gurus, if we give them something, some prasad, we cook for them, or we give them flowers, whatever we do, and they will give us something, they will give us blessings. So that blessing actually we need that. Without the blessing of Krishna and devotees, pure devotees, we cannot get further. We cannot progress in spiritual life. That's what I understand, and that's what he's saying here. It's a very good one, actually. And then he says here, troublesome, all the troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed. So all the trouble that we have, it just completely goes away by just, doing devotional service and reading Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, and Bhagavad Gita. And so this is very, very nice, actually. I like that. And this card has been given to me by a friend, which I do Sangha with. So now I'm going to go into say a little bit more about Krishna. His position is that he is transcendental. He's in everyone's heart, as I said. He's and then He's a Satchitananda Vigraha. He is transcendental, means eternal from knowledge and bliss. Completely spiritual he is. If we take the shelter of Krishna, we will also become perfect. Because he's perfect, then if we take the perfect knowledge from him, then we also become perfect. We should always serve Krishna, though through love and devotion. And devotional service is the main thing that we should do. You know, if we don't do devotional service, how can we know him? And that's because it's like when we do devotional service, we have to do service. Like if we have parents, and if we say we love you and we don't do anything, and if we have children, and we have and we family or friends or anyone, we say we love you, and we don't show them that we love them. We have to do something, some service. So by doing service, they will know that we love them. And if we don't do it, then how will they know that we love them? Especially children, because mothers are very attached to their children. And it's a thankless task we do. We actually stay awake sometime when they're babies. We stay awake, and we don't eat sometimes. We're just doing their service for them, and that's how we get attached to them. And it's also a bodily concept in there. But with Krishna, if we don't do service, how would we know him? We have to do service to get to know him. Do you want to say anything about that? What I said?
About
About the thankless service for the children, or, that we have to do service for parents and family and children. If we don't do, how do we get to know them? How would they know that we love them?
Okay, so you're saying the way, loving a person is not just by words that we say, oh, I love
That's
you.
right.
There should be a proof. And the proof is that, when we try to do something for them in order to please them. So first, in this way, by doing something, this is the service. We are serving the person, and this first proves that we love them, and also it helps with the relationship. We get to know the person, the other person gets to know us, and it deepens the relationship. So love is not just words. There should be action behind it. Yes?
That's right. There should be some action, not just by word.
Yeah.
So we have to actually show that. So we have to do the same with Krishna, because
Okay.
if we don't do service and we just say, oh, we love Krishna, and how would he know that we love him if we don't do any service?
Okay.
So service is the most important thing that...
Right. So you're saying that, well, in material relationship, it works like this. So in order to prove that we love somebody, we must do something for them. So why not for God?
That's right.
It's not enough just, come here and, say, okay, I love Krishna, but then we don't do anything.
Yeah. And I was just going to say something about the personalities, impersonal Brahman. Do you want to say anything about that? Because
no, just on the service,
Yes.
he has actually. People might ask, okay, what should we do for Krishna? Right?
Yes, because he is a person. So we have to serve him like a person. He's not impersonalist. He says that here in the beginning.
Okay, so what is this? What service we should do? What does it mean? What should we do for Krishna?
Okay, we can chant for Krishna. That's song of God, because it's coming from spiritual world. This some vibration. So if we chant, we're actually connecting with him, because we need to connect with him. And if we chant and we serve him, we give him some flowers, whatever, and cook for him nicely. Because if we give him with the love and devotion, then he will accept.
Yeah.
He says that. Yeah? And regards to the, demigods, they're happy. If we actually please Krishna, it's like watering the root of the tree. So if we water the root of the tree actually gets the branches, the twigs, and the leaves. They all get nourished. So they're actually happy. And we don't need to go anywhere. We need to just serve Krishna. Yeah.
Okay, so you're saying that serving Krishna, whatever we do for Krishna, it has to be done with love. But also earlier, I remember you mentioned about Shravanam and Kirtanam. We have actually, he has given us, the 9 process of devotional service, which the first 2, Shravanam and Kirtanam, are the most important, or, without Shravanam, Kirtanam, nothing else can actually begin. So any devotional service has to have Shravanam Kirtanam in it. And in fact, Shravanam Kirtanam is the main and most important. And you did say that Shravanam is hearing, and then you said Kirtanam, you said singing. But
yes.
I would like just to add to what you said, because Kirtanam is singing, but also, the word Kirtanam means speaking. And mainly glorifying Krishna. So it could be done through singing, it could be done through speaking and chanting. And, here now, I remember Prabhupada in one lecture, when he was giving lecture, he said, this is Kirtanam. He was speaking, and other people were hearing, and then other people would speak. And so Shravanam and Kirtanam goes hand in hand.
Hand in hand.
So
this is the way, because if we want to please Krishna, these are the things we have to do. And if we also advance, if we have make an altar at home and we serve Krishna, that's actually personally serving him at home. So that is another way of doing that. And always listening to Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, all the literature. Prabhupada has spent a lot of time writing them. And if we don't read them, and we don't appreciate them, then how will we ever get to spiritual world? We have to appreciate what Prabhupada has done for us. And we can only connect with him with devotional service, like you said, pure devotional service. And Krishna only can give us this knowledge of Krishna, because he can also give us that, actually. He can actually help us to come. And Guru can help us to come. Because we are neophyte, only... So if we are neophyte, we have to start from the beginning, that's what I'm trying to say, by Shravanam and Kirtanam. Right, I'm going to go into the next bit. I wanted to say something about can I just also, he said something about Shankaracharya. Can I just say that quickly about the Shankaracharya? Because I just thought about that. It's, like when Shankaracharya came, he actually brought the Veda back. And Shankaracharya actually brought it back in personal way. He interpreted it personally. He emphasized on oneness, and that we are the same, and that God is that God is same as us. He came, he brought that. Everyone is one, he said. And in fact, we are not one. Krishna always has spiritual body, whereas he has a material, we have actually material body. And Sankaracharya actually, he knew Krishna was a person, but because he couldn't give it to others because they weren't actually ready for it, That's why he couldn't give it to them. Because when Buddha actually came to stop the killing of the animals. And he took away the Veda when he came. He said, don't read it, it's not, it's not right, just stop the killing. So he stopped the killing. And the Veda just went away. Then everybody's worried that Veda was, disappearing. Then Sankaracharya came, and then he brought the Veda back. And when he came, he actually interpreted it personally. And he emphasized oneness, as I said, and that we are the same. But we are not the same. God is actually, he has a spiritual body and we have material body. Sankaracharya, and all-pervading impersonal energy of God, rather than God is a person and to impersonal energy, because some people think he's just an energy. He's not just energy, because that's just marginal of energy. And which is called impersonal Brahman. Srila Prabhupada said in one purport that we are and everything is Brahman. We are actually Krishna, but in a sense that we are part of Krishna energy, not that we are Krishna. We're not Krishna, but we're part of his energy. So there's a little bit of personalism, is there, but it's very minute. It's not a lot. So Krishna, did you want to say anything with that? Because, if you have any more to say with that, that's what I found.
I tried to see what I understood, because in the purport, Prabhupada was talking about impersonalists. So you're saying that, we learn from Bhagavad Gita that God has three features. The impersonal Brahman, the localized Paramatma, and the personality of Godhead, Bhagavan. But the impersonalists, they only accept God, as Brahman, as the pervading energy of Krishna or Brahmajyoti. They just learn about God as far as that. They don't learn, they don't believe any further. And you said that Shankaracharya, he brought that impersonalist philosophy only because, even though he himself knew that Krishna was a person, but you said when he came, it was just after Lord Buddha, and he kind of felt that people are not yet ready to understand Krishna as a person, because Buddha has he actually, because everybody before that they were taking advantage of the Vedas and using the Vedic instructions for their own benefits, and they were they were doing yagyas, but they were killing animals. And Buddha wanted to stop that. So in order to stop that, he had to just get rid of all the Vedas, and that included, whatever is the Vedas included God. So Buddhists, basically, they rejected the existence of God. So Sankaracharya, in order to revive the Vedas, he had to start from the basics, from the beginning. And the first feature of God, which is, impersonal Brahman. So even though he himself believed in God as a person, but he could not teach it. People would not accept it. So he went as far as that. Okay, there is a God. There is this, his energy, everywhere and all that. But then the followers of Shankaracharya, they used his philosophy in a way that they actually said, okay, well, there was a person called Krishna, so they said, okay, if God is all Brahman, so this person as a Krishna, then he cannot, this form is a material form, is not spiritual. And then they kind of thought, okay, this person, this material form, he kind of, I don't know, this is how I understand. If he became God, then everybody else can become God. Huh? Everybody else can eventually,
They had to start. He had to start somewhere. He had to kind of give chance to people to come slowly, because they couldn't take it. It would have been difficult for them to take the pure devotional service or anything like that. So therefore, he had to start. But although he knew, like you said, he knew that Krishna is Supreme Personality Godhead, but he couldn't actually reveal to them this truth because they wouldn't be able to take it. So that was quite interesting what I read there, I thought. And also he mentioned in this verse, also mentioned about Ramanujacharya. Are we finishing now? Oh dear. Oh, I had a lot to say, but it's okay. But the whole base is that we actually need to serve Krishna. And if we serve Krishna, then we can be happy and we can be blissful. But without serving Krishna, we cannot be. And we cannot do spiritual, go forward and go back home, back to Godhead. Did you want to say anything? Mangalahari, Prabhu?
No, I just remember that isn't it, to understand Bhagavad Gita, we need mercy, and that mercy is from Krishna. We need Krishna's mercy to understand Bhagavad Gita.
Yes.
So Prabhupada says that by serving Krishna, even if it's a little bit of service, then we get Krishna's mercy. Even we just need one little drop of mercy, and that little drop of mercy will give us the understanding of Bhagavad Gita. Otherwise, it's just a shot in the dark. We just, will speculate, and we will, because there's so many different things of Bhagavad Gita, isn't it? Like the different types of yoga, for example. And, there's so many modes of material nature. You could easily miss what the actual purpose of, Bhagavad Gita is, like to surrender to Krishna, to serve Krishna purely. You could easily miss that. But, I know from experience when I read Bhagavad Gita, I didn't quite know. I knew it was special, and I got a lot of benefit from it, but, I didn't quite, it wasn't until I heard it from devotees that I could start to actually get what the Hare Krishna movement was about.
So first of all, you're saying that you need the mercy of the devotees, and